Hey, what's up everybody? Frank Valkyria here. Welcome to the channel for a special reaction. Today we're doing my top 10 bands. Obviously those bands are the bands we have discovered in those years of making reactions, especially the last couple of years. So I want to share with them this top 10 list because... So here we go. Let's start with the number 10 on our list. It's actually a band that I was quite surprised because it reminded me of another band, and then it turns out that my thoughts weren't so far-fetched because apparently the lead singer of this band also worked with Sepultura. I'm just gonna show 5 seconds at the time because I don't want this video to be copyrighted, but the beginning already hooked me. Bang! Immediately I thought of Sepultura, which used to be my favorite metal band, thrash metal band, whatever you want to call it. Oh man, I love this. And there is a little bit further, that guitar swelling in. I just let you listen to this. Fucking. Come on! Beautiful with that heavy riffing going on. I mean, this song is absolutely fantastic. And like I said, it's nice to see a band that retains that sound and it's not just show, you know, or too commercial. And then bringing that energy into the 20s. Oh man, when it comes back with this sort of doubled guitar, you know, sound, I just love it. On our list, at the 9th spot, we have another hard rock metal band, and this time it's a legendary band from Indonesia, and I'm talking about Dane. So this band has all that kind of ingredients of, let's say, glam rock, Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses, Indonesian style, with an absolutely spot on sound, which you will be like hard pressed not to believe that this band was coming out of the US. Let's go. That kind of rock and roll. I mean, it's like also that little bit Guns N' Roses, AC/DC. I mean, that voice of that guy, it's like a cross in between, let's say, like Cinderella, Motley Crue, right? I mean, AC/DC really has that lovely growl, that energy. I mean, pound for pound, absolutely a band that deserves to be in that kind of glam rock scene, if you ask me. I mean, that's awesome, right? Na 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 na. Let's go to the number 8 after Dane and Pancaroba, legendary band. If you don't know them, give them a try. Number 8 on our list, there is a band which is coming up. They started out as a cover band doing a Metallica cover, and now they're a little bit older. They started out, I think, when the drummer of the band was if I remember correctly, less than 15 or something like that. So absolutely remarkable. And I'm talking, of course, about The Warning from Mexico. Fantastic band. And I started to appreciate them more and more as they're growing with their rock and roll, hard rock sound. Look at this. Come on, huh? Come on, don't tell me that you're already not hooked. That you're already hooked on this.
How
about that? I mean, I love those girls, even though now they're young women growing up. And I just look forward to see more songs from this band, from The Warning. I think they're one of the more interesting group coming out today.
It's over.
it grows, eh? It grows on you. I mean, they're just playing and singing. It's fantastic. Three-piece band, which they managed to have this type of sound. Of course, the studio version has always a little bit more going on, but still live, they manage pretty good as well. Ah, very nice. Very nice. Also the way she's going with the voice and growing with the voice. We are at number 7 on our list. We have a very special band. A band that captured my imagination for so many reasons. One, and the most important, is the comedy aspect of it. But don't be fooled, because apart from the comedy, there is so much talent going on that immediately became a favorite because of that, you know, like how to make fun of a genre while actually loving it and doing also an incredible job at doing it. So I'm talking about Massacration, and none other than Detonator fronting Massacration, and I'm talking about Metal is the Law. I mean, absolutely fantastic, especially those studio version of those songs. I mean, look how this thing starts. I mean, that's fantastic, right? Already starts like kicking in like one of the early albums of Sepultura, of Iron Maiden, you know, like. I mean, da 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 dum, ba 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 bam. Just repeating the riff. Ay, 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 ay. I mean, that's so funny and genius also at the same time. I mean, Massacration, come on, had to be on this list, right? Even though it's not a real band, you know what I mean? You gotta give them an applause. Come on, this is fantastic. So let's go to our number 6. And again, this is a band that I discovered a couple of years ago, but because first of all I knew nothing about them, and then I was surprised by their sound, by the lead singer voice and charisma, I was like, whoa, what was I all these years? So I'm talking about the Spanish band that became absolutely legendary, not only in Spain, but actually also in Mexico and the rest of Central America and South America, and most of it at least. And I'm talking of Heroes del Silencio. We did a reaction to this band, and the singer peculiarity, he has this beautiful baritone voice that reminds you a little bit of Jim Morrison from The Doors, and even the look, especially when he was younger here, at that type of flair, totally justified if you ask me. Wonderful band, one to discover, one to explore if you never heard of them. Boom. There's that beautiful warm voice, right? And also, of course, the Stealing Girlfriends since, I don't know, 1985 or something, maybe some years earlier. That's what he was doing, 100%. So nice, this band, really. I love the look. It's a nice combination in between that kind of still a little bit 70ish with the glam rock, you know, but with the sound that was not heavily too heavy. Actually, matter of fact, when I listen to them, especially those cleaner guitars, they give me much more an impression of a band in the direction of The Cure than other counterparts of hard rock bands, you know, or glam rock bands, which that way heavier sound. Oh, la manola. Cosas por decir, tanta charla por aquí. Nice band, really. Definitely one you need to check it out, with a good mixture of sounds, you know. It's not exactly what you expect when you think of glam rock, and that because of that actually becomes quite interesting to me. So guys, on our number 6, Heroes del Silencio, Maltito Duende, we've done also a reaction of this song, so you can go there, check it out, the full thing. Let's go back to the number 5. Another rock band, another metal band. There's a lot of rock on this list, right? But this band truly deserves that, and I'm talking of another all-female band coming from Japan. If you already know what I'm talking about, leave a comment. If you don't, here we go. I'm talking of Bandmate, one of my absolute favorite. As soon as I heard them play live, I was hooked, just in love, heads over heels immediately. And this song, Real Existence, it's what I imagine heaven to be like. You see a band like that opening the gates of heaven, I'm in. I don't want to leave. I'm good there. That riff. And I also think here, actually, this is the early days of the band, or at least where there were other members. Because if I remember correctly, now there are just 4 of them. So there must have been some members of the band which have already changed. I don't remember exactly. I mean, come on, come on, come on. Just leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. I mean, I really love the J-pop sound mixed in between. They have also like some instrumental songs which they are quite powerful. So if you don't know them, I suggest to go check them out, because if you like this type of more hard rock type of stuff, you will be surprised and you will be happy that you know them finally. Yes. Yeah, I mean, there's other songs also which they are some of my favorite, but I just want to go back to some of the earlier ones, the earlier success of their band. So, at number 4, yes, the list is getting there. And this is a band also that I discovered a couple of years ago, but we've done many reactions, and even though this band doesn't have like a huge catalog in terms of albums released, still, especially the early albums have a very unique sound, and especially because it's a band, again, coming from Mexico, that was coming up against a lot of stuff internationally. So quickly became an iconic band in their style, but in general, and still to this day they are under another name, if I remember correctly. And I'm also very curious to see if they're gonna do some reunion or they're working on a new project. It would be really, really nice to hear that. So number 4, we have none other than Caifanes. How about that? I love how the guitar comes in so simple that immediately has that kind of flair of almost ranchera music, so to speak, you know, mariachi music, and then boom, kicks in with also a kind of Caribbean sound, you know, that you also don't expect. Come on, right? It's really nice the way it starts this song. Of course, I'm gonna show you too much, but also the look of the band at the time was a winner, if you ask me. A little bit in line with that kind of glam rock, but also new wave. So it's a little bit of kind of crossover, you know, like ranchero slash new wave, you know, sort of the Mexican way of being new wave, you know, with those long dark jackets, but with the boots and that kind of hat. So also the looks wins. Man, I don't know, like I said this also in another video, I really hope that Caifanes uploads those videos restored to their YouTubes or whatever they have, because it's such a chance to reshare this music with the audience, you know. I love to see those old videos also as documents. So if they're restored and shared again, I think they really do a good service to the audience, to their fans, the older ones, but also most likely gaining new ones. And that's also why I do those reactions, to bring attention to music that I enjoy, because that's what I would love for my music to do, you know, to end up in other people's playlists and that gets shared. So yeah. So it takes a full 34 seconds actually of intro before the voice comes in. Ah, I didn't remember that. Na 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 na.
Hay veces que
Non quiero ni tocarte. And then it goes in this very peculiar high voice of his, you know, that I don't know if he goes into. I don't want to make this a reaction, but just I show you this little part. So very unique voice. If you don't know Caifanes, definitely go give them a check. Check them out. La Célula que Explota is one of their more popular songs, and we've done a couple of reactions on that as well. It's getting hot here. Number 3 on our list, we have none other than another legendary band. One that I'm learning more and more to love and explore. A lead singer that has entered the status of legend, a poet, and we have done many reactions on this band. I also done a cover of one of my favorite songs of theirs so far, but there's still plenty to discover. And I'm talking about none other than Brazilian legendary band Legião Urbana. How about that? Tempo Perdido is actually my first very reaction to any Brazilian artist, if I remember correctly, and it was a little bit by chance that we got there, and it opened up the door to an incredibly great and loving audience from Brazil, and we have discovered a gazillion artists from that land, from that country. So I just want to share with you this little part what I love of the refrain of this song, Tempo Perdido. Na 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 da da da. Hey, your eyes castaños, brown eyes. Oh no, no. I also like how he goes into this growl mode, you know, he had that as well. Nice baritone voice, very unique, sensitive artist, a poet. The more you explore, the more you realize, of course, even with the limitation of my understanding of the Portuguese language, still you see that somebody that really could convey message in a different manner. I love this song, so good this song. Temo nostro proprio tempo. Rest in peace, Renato Russo. Let's go. Bam! Number 2 on 2021 top 10 favorite band. We have none other than the Genies. Even though this band, this name, doesn't really qualify as a band, but because the man in question basically knows how to play any instrument, he's a composer that composes everything of his music. He's basically a one-man band. Of course, he works with the band, but Yeah, so he had to be here. I just could not put him in the list, and especially number two, because I truly believe that of the so many bands, this guy is a genius, and he's also still alive. So we wish him health for a long time, and I really look forward to hear more from none other than Charlie Garcia. Yes, I mean, come on. How can you not put Charlie Garcia in this list? The guy is a freaking genius, and I'm still discovering him from all the bands he's been in, from more folk to experimental to more new wave, and then continuing with this name Charlie Garcia through the years until to this day, many collaborations. Fascinating character, really. An artist that I enjoy listening to his stuff, that it's surprising. It's always surprising. I've said many times, it's like the Argentinian version of Prince, or you could say also the other way around. You know what I mean? Because probably he's been around for as long as Prince, and also more, unfortunately, because Prince passed away. So Charlie Garcia, and of course, I just wanted to put Frankie because I think this was one of the first reactions that I did on him. And I just love the video. It's so 80s, it's so new wave, it's so loving, New York vibe. I like that kind of funk electronic going on here. And the groove, it's all there in this song. But, Charlie has so much stuff going on, really. From Seru Giran, Seu Generis, right? I always confuse the names because they're so similar. So many collaborations. So the guy is absolutely legendary, and an incredible well of creativity. Great composer. So... I love it. And I love this video again. I love this video. Such a beautiful document. Also gives me a little bit of chills to see the Twin Tower right there. Like, oh, wow. Beautiful video. Must have changed so much already in New York, but I love the fact that he shot this video in New York, and becomes even more cool to me. I mean, Charlie is truly a master of his craft. There is no other way around, really. Look at the look. Come on, guys. If you knew this song, Frankie, and also, yeah, I like it also for the title, let me know. And let's go straight to number one. I have the suspicion that many of you already know my number one. And to be honest, if you already know and you're not surprised, well, I have to say neither am I, because how can you not? It's our number one. 2021. That was a long pause. 2021 top 10 bands on my channel, the ones that we have discovered in those years. How could I not put this band, this legend of a band? How can I not put Soda Stereo and number one on my channel? How can I not? It's impossible. I mean, Soda Stereo is truly a legendary band that has crossed borders. It's known from Mexico down everywhere. So it's probably one of the most famous band that it's not English. You know what I mean? It's truly like one of the most notorious bands ever. I think this was, if I remember correctly, is mid 2007 or 8 or 9 reunion, where just you know, they'd been off for some time, and then the band is this reunion concert which just went crazy with the gazillion million people in attendance. With this riff, you hear this riff, it's so well known, so beloved, that even me now, after a few years, bam, I can feel like I'm a proper Soda Stereo fan, you know what I mean? Come on, come on, come on. Of course you know the song, and again, I'm just gonna show 5 seconds at a time. I mean, the audience is just going nuts, jumping. You can almost feel it even through the screen, you know, that the audience is going both with the voice and with the jumping. Gustavo Cerati, come on, really needs no introduction. Na 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 na. Nada más libre, nada más queda. Now even the chorus is in my head. De música ligera. Nada más libre. I mean, come on. Nada más queda. Now our number one for very good reason. And honestly, you know, there are also so many other artists and songs that I love. We're gonna do more top 10, but I think this one more or less encompasses between the legendary bands I've discovered together with some newer act which are super interesting, and I think they deserve to be there, even though they don't have like the lifespan and the heritage of those giants, you know, like Legião Urbana, Charlie Garcia, Dane, and Soda Stereo, and so on and so forth, you know. But they have the present, and that's also important to see newer band trying to establish themselves, especially when the past is so rich with giants, you know. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this top 10. Let me know your thoughts. Go check also our other top 10, and don't forget to subscribe. Ciao.